Hello, my name is Jacob. I'm with Quaker Windows and Doors. I'm here with Aaron. We're going to show you the process of removing the jamb liners out of a Brighton double hung. The tools that you will need would be a soft hammer. You'll need a flat screwdriver, a stiff putty knife, a Phillips screwdriver. We have a piece of aluminum, but a thin piece of wood will work just fine. As you can see, the sashes have already been removed. You can reference back to the instructional video of how to remove the sashes. We will now remove the jamb liner from the window. First step is to grab your Phillips screwdriver. You will need that on the jamb liner strike to remove 2 Phillips screws. At this time, you may also use a power screwdriver if you have one accessible. After the removal of the screws, grab your screwdriver and push up on a jamb liner strike towards above the balancer and rotate jamb liner strike out. Grab it with your fingers and pull out. Grab your flat screwdriver, insert it into the cam of the shoe and rotate 90 degrees. While holding pressure down on the screwdriver, for your balancer will want to spring up on its own. Rotate cam 90 degrees while holding pressure down on the balancer again and release. After that is done, you will want to remove the aluminum jamb liner cover with a flat putty knife. Insert putty knife behind aluminum and pry out. Next step, you'll remove the wood jamb liner cover, also with a flat putty knife. If your window has already been installed and casing is around the window, you will have to remove the casing from the heights of the window. You will need a flat putty knife. You will start at the top of the jamb liner facing cover and pry out and work your way down to remove. There will be nails holding this piece in. Now we will remove the jamb liner. You want to insert your flat putty knife between the jamb liner and the wood jamb and pry out. You will rotate the jamb liner out all the way down. You will also want to take your flat putty knife on the exterior of the window between the jamb liner and the cladding and pry out as you did on the interior, as far down as you can on this jamb liner. At this time, keep prying out with the putty knife and pull out on the center of the jamb liner with your hand, thus relieving the pressure on the sill not to tear the gasket. Bow center out, pull bottom out, slide down, jamb liners out. To remove the balancer, make sure and look and see where it is clipped into the top of the jamb liner. Your interior balancer will be clipped to the side of the jamb liner, as your exterior balancer is clipped behind the jamb liner. To remove the balancer from the jamb liner, simply push forward on the balancer shoe and the jamb liner balancer will come out along with the shoe. To remove the balancer from the balancer shoe, simply pry over on the balancer and the shoe is released. To replace the balancer pivot pin, pry out on the sides of the balancers to release the clip. Rotate pin inward 90 degrees and push forward. To replace the link back onto the balancer, make sure that you wrap the link around the pin inside the balancer and rotate back up, clipping it back into place. Next, grab your balancer shoe, clip it into the shoe by pushing it sideways until it snaps, and put your sash balancer back into the jamb liner by pushing down, and remember to clip your balancer into the side of the jamb liner on the interior track. To install the jamb liner into the pocket, make sure and insert the fins on the back of the jamb liner into the channels of the pocket itself. Start your jamb liner in towards the top, making sure that the fins are inside the pocket channels, and push jamb liner up into header. Next step, make sure to bow out the center of the jamb liner and push in on the bottom, thus not to tear the gasket on the sill. Keeping the fins in line, grab a soft mallet with a wood block or a soft aluminum block will work fine. To insert the jamb liner fully, put the jamb liner block into the jamb liner, softly tap the hammer and insert the jamb liner from bottom to top. You will also do this on the exterior track of the jamb liner. Jamb liner's in. Now to reinstall the jamb liner facing, set it in between the sill and the header, and you can use a number 4 finishing nail to reinstall this back on by hand. Next, grab the wood jamb liner cover and insert over the fin of the jamb liner. Push back up into the header and insert. Next step, grab your aluminum jamb liner cover, face your weather strip towards the interior of the home. Your angle will be to the sill. Insert into the fin of the jamb liner and push in. Compress it from top to bottom with your hammer. Make sure both are inserted. Next, you need to reset your balancers. Grab your flat screwdriver, insert it into the cam of the balancer shoe, and pry down on the balancer, aligning the balancer with the adjacent balancers on the opposite side of the window. You will do this with both jamb liner balancers by prying the balancer down and rotating the cam 90 degrees back, which will lock your shoes back into place. The last step is to put the jamb liner strike back into place. Grab the jamb liner strike, put it in the channel above the balancer, rotate it in and slide down to the existing holes. Replace the Phillips screws that were taken out originally. Take the Phillips screwdriver and tighten the screws till they are fully seated. Feel free to view other instructional videos on Quaker Windows and Doors YouTube channel. Thank you.